Samsung's Galaxy A series is a crowd pleaser. It looks and feels a lot like the pricier Galaxy S models without costing nearly as much. Sure, the cameras aren't as nice, performance is lower and so on, but the A series thrives on being good enough. That is why the arrival of the Galaxy A54 and A34 is such a big deal. Some of the previous entries managed to become fan favorites and are often brought up as recommendations in the comment sections. Can the 2023 generation live up to these expectations? We'll let you be the judge, but first we need to address what has changed and what has not. The Samsung Galaxy A34 is no longer just a cheaper version of the A5X model. This year it is larger with a 6.6 display versus 6.4, and it matches it with a 120Hz refresh rate. The A33 only did 90Hz. Additionally, it has a completely different chipset, a Dimensity 1080. The Samsung Galaxy A54 takes the display down a notch, down to 6.4, the A53 had a 6.5 display. However, the new model isn't smaller than its 2022 predecessor, it's a millimeter shorter, sure, but it's 2 millimeters wider and it is 13 grams heavier. Both the A54 and A34 have 5000 mAh batteries with 25W wired-only charging, same as their predecessors. Both are rated IP67. The A54 uses a Samsung-designed Exynos 1380 chipset compared to the Dimensity. It uses a different node, 5nm Samsung versus 6nm TSMC, and has double the number of Cortex-A78 cores, 4, though the maximum clock speed is lower, 2.4 GHz versus 2.6 GHz. The GPUs are similar enough to make this an interesting fight. Mali G68MP5 for the Exynos and G68MC4 for the Dimensity. These are just the raw numbers, of course. More details on the performance will have to wait for the review. Perhaps a more apt comparison is to the Galaxy A52s and its Snapdragon 778G, one of the fan favorite phones we mentioned above. The 778G is old but still gives the Dimensity 1080 a run for its money. It remains to be seen how it compares against the Exynos 1380. The A52s had a big flaw, limited availability. It just didn't launch in some regions. The Samsung Galaxy A54 and A34 are launching in select European and Southeast Asian markets this month. Below are the prices with a comparison to the launch prices of the A53 and A33. What else can you buy for €500? The Samsung Galaxy S21 FE 5G has been in stores for over a year at this point, and while the Snapdragon 888 has aged poorly, this is still a flagship class phone. The 6.4 FHD plus 120Hz display can be compared directly to the A54 panel, plus you get an 8MP3x tele lens in addition to the 12MP main and 12MP ultra-wide cameras plus 15W wireless charging. You do lose some battery capacity, 4500 mAh, and there is no micro SD slot like on the A phones. The Xiaomi 13 Lite made the rare choice of using the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 chip. It also has a 6.55 120Hz 12-bit AMOLED display and a 50+8+2 MP camera. It is powered by a smaller but faster 4500 mAh battery with 67W wired charging.